Hi everyone. I feel like it's been such a long time since I've talked to you guys. Little update, I'm turning 21. It's been a long time, truly. Time flies. I remember when I started making videos and I was still living at home. I'm living with my mom right now. So my mom, I hope she's getting remarried. Like right now she's in a very committed relationship with her boyfriend. And I really want her to get married. Because she's really happy. Been going on a couple sprees because I'm more financially independent now, ironically. So I wanted to give you like a little update on what I'm reading and books that I bought that I really want to get into. I'm just gonna show you. So currently I'm reading Catch 22 by Joseph Heller. So Catch 22 is a book about Yossarian. Yossarian is a bomb squad pilot in the First World War. I believe it's the First World War. A comedy novel, and it's truly hilarious. Look at what I've tapped. I'm halfway through, and it's amazing. It's got really deep commentary on what war is, what death is, what the fear of being killed, and what sanity is, and just also gives you like a lot of the ironies in military. And also, Joseph Heller was in the war, so he was enlisted in the war, so he's kind of writing in his own experience. Just read about Catch 22 because there's a 5 Seconds of Summer song that's called Catch 22. Oh my god, I was like 14 when I bought those CDs, or 13 or something. I was super young. That's the first time I heard about the phrase Catch 22. Obviously, the whole book is based on Catch 22 like situations, which are situations that you can't really get out of because they're like a loop. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's really funny. It's hilarious. It's really deep. It's got everything. It's a masterpiece, I believe. It's obviously going to be one of my favorites. There's Catch 22. I'm also currently reading El Monstruo Pentápodo. So this basically means a 5-limbed monster by Liliana Bloom. So my boyfriend actually got me this for International Book Day, and he really nailed it because this is based off of Lolita. Well, not really based off of, but it's very similar to Lolita in the terms that we've got an unreliable narrator who is a pedophile who preys on little girls. He kidnaps a little girl, and a devastating, heart-wrenching story about pain and about the loss of innocence and about how you go along with an abuser because he's been there for you and with you, and how he manipulates people, and just how trauma goes so really like deep. So it's raw. It's more raw than Lolita. And the themes are definitely not for the easy of heart. I read it every night because I feel like it's a speedy read and it helps me kind of like ease into like I don't get so distracted. With Catch 22 I have to really pay attention. It's an intricate text because there's like a lot going on, and sometimes I don't really get it. I have to reread a couple parts, but this is a super easy read, and every night I go to bed devastated. I'm always reading like with a heart phase on, and I'm reading and I'm suffering through it, but I just really love the way that it's making me feel because it kind of turns around what empathy is and how monstrous society can be. That's the five-limbed monster. I believe that's what the translation would be. I'm also like on a couple of audiobooks. I am on World War Z by Max Brooks. You guys know that I love that book. I read it a video on this channel, and I'm just reading the audiobook with the full cast because Mark Hamill's in there, and I am exhilarated. I'm also reading Stories of the Jedi and the Sith because it's Star Wars month. Yesterday I watched Phantom Menace in theaters. I also just finished Twisted Love by Anna Huang. You know, a spicy romance that I really needed to get on like track with reading again because like it was addicting. It was great. But now onto books that I bought that I'm not reading yet, but I bought. Naked Lunch by William Burroughs. So I don't really know what this one's about, but I saw it was a Penguin Modern classic. And I just got my hands on it. Like, how can you not get your hands on a Penguin Modern classic? But I read the back, and it is a nightmarish and fiercely funny, taboo-breaking masterpiece that follows Bill Lee through Inner Zone, a surreal, orgiastic wasteland of drugs, depravity, political plots, paranoia, sadistic medical experiments, and endless gnawing addiction. I want to get through this one. I feel like raw, heart-wrenching books are going to be my thing this year. That's Naked Lunch. also bought Pachinko by Minjin Lee. So I know that Minjin Lee is a very celebrated author. I've not read any of her work, but I feel this is a good time to start. I was super entranced with Korean and Japanese history a good part of this year because I just stumbled upon what the Japanese did in World War II, and then I went on a Wikipedia rabbit hole, and then it just all like, oh yeah, I stumbled upon that because I was reading Snow Country by Kawabata. I somehow got there. But anyway, Pachinko is a story about a Korean woman, a Korean teenage girl who's marrying a Japanese man, but she was pregnant with a Yakuza's kid. So the Japanese were very xenophobe. They're xenophobes. Is that how you say it? I don't know. But the Japanese were very xenophobic. That's what I was looking for throughout history because of their samurai philosophy. I think that's what I read. And correct me if I'm wrong, because honestly, there's a lot I have to learn about Asian history that I don't know. It's gonna treat themes of just like fitting in and adversity and going against the current because she's going into a culture that literally hates her for being Korean. I imagine it's gonna be a trip. I am really eager to get started with it. Another book I got is Babel by Rebecca Kwan, and I also have a Poppy War. So I got these two. Oh my god, that's the back. I got these two. This one I bought with a gift card from work. I was a really high performer, so they gave me a gift card and I bought this book. And then this one I just bought last week. So I went to the dentist last week, actually on Labor Day. I went to the dentist, and the bookstore's right across the street, and I didn't pay anything at the dentist because my insurance covers it. I went and I just said, like, you know what, let's splurge a little bit. I've been really good this year. And I splurged. Among them I bought this book. I think it's kind of like a historical fiction dystopia thing where we're situated in the times of the Opium War, and our protagonist is apparently Chinese. I haven't really gotten into it yet, so if my synopsis is wrong, I fully claim ownership of that. Babel is just basically about how knowledge is owned by the powerful, how everything follows an agenda if you're rich enough. I just heard wonders about this book and about Rebecca Kwan. She's really good at what she does, apparently. So that's also why I bought The Poppy War, which is a book about a girl who takes like a test. It's like the SATs, right? So now she has to go to the academy to train to be a warrior. Excited for this. And let's look at the cover. Look at that. Isn't it adorable? I don't know if you can see it, but isn't it so cute? It comes with a map. And you guys know that the YA obsessed ass is obsessed with these types of lore. It's like with Frambo, I really love this video game called Frambo, and I love how the world is so intricate with the things that you see in it. Or Until Dawn, for example. Until Dawn is also a game that I love, and it expands on the world with details inside of the game. Like, you've got notebooks and books and pictures and stuff that tell you a little bit more about the world that they live in, but they don't tell you. They show you. You have to discover those things, and the more that you do, the richer the world becomes. Some more of the books that I bought on my spree: Garcia Marquez. So if you guys didn't know, they just announced that they were turning 100 Years of Solitude into a Netflix series, and it's coming out this year. And as you guys know, I adored 100 Years of Solitude. I'm gonna link the book in the cards because it's just wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know what to tell you about 100 Years of Solitude. It's just a masterpiece. I'm also obsessed with Looking for Alaska because it was a great book, and it was also a great Hulu series. One of Alaska's favorite books, and the book that is referenced the most throughout that novel, is The General in His Labyrinth by Garcia Marquez. This one's a historical fiction, or kind of like a biography about the last years of Simon Bolivar's life. Yeah, they say that it is portrayed with a lot of historical accuracy, so I'm really excited to read this one. And I also bought, I don't know how you translate this into English, but El Coronel no tiene quien lo escriba is a book. The translation is, Colonel doesn't have anyone who writes to him, or nobody writes to the Colonel, something like that. So this one's also pretty militaristic, and it's just like a picture of what Latin America looked like after several revolutions, because you guys know that we have a lot of internal conflicts in the last 100, 200 years. I'm a Pinterest girly now. I've been on Pinterest for the longest time these last few months. One of the books that was recommended is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I don't know what this is about really. I just bought it for the hype, or like I'm a poser and I just want to be intellectual. And a lot of the times I buy things without really knowing what they're about, just because I know that they have a high name in literature and I want to be well read. This is about children in a boarding school. It is a novel of innocence, knowledge, and loss. So I am really excited to get it. And last but not least, a cult classic, which I also know virtually nothing about. The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. Obviously, I know that this is a big book. I don't know why. I have no idea what the plot is about. Like, I know what the plot's about, I just forgot. So, and I know that it was a book, also a movie that Sofia Coppola adapted. And Sofia Coppola is the queen of portraying female solitude and just how women are so alone even while they're being surrounded by people. And besides, this edition is so beautiful. Like, look at the little gold detailing there. Oh my god, it's beautiful. That's it. Also gonna record a video when I organize my bookshelf, because my mom said that within this week or next week we were going to get all of the boxes full of books and also the bookshelf that I have at home. Happy that I got to talk to you guys today, and I'll see you some other time.